weekend.
Thank you so much, Professor, for the opportunity and the patience. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, great teacher, Jenica. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all. Thank you for patience with me. I had some technical problems sometimes.
Thank you, Jenica, for your patience.
Thank you,
And
Alicia.
Yeah, Nika, thank you. I just want to say thank you for all the experience, for all these lessons. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for all your participation, for all your hard work in the slides. Hopefully you will see that it pays off when you move into your classrooms. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close our room. But like I said, I will see you all Monday. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a WhatsApp. See you guys later. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
Professor.
Bye.
Bye.
bye. Thank you, Jenica.
Bye,
Gonna miss
teacher.
you.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Have a good rest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's why it's important. Of course, it is very easy to understand because the only thing that we are learning today is that we in some words we have clusters of some groups of consonants together. Easy, yes. The definition is very easy to identify. But what is our responsibility? That we have to create a that we have to create muscle memory. Okay, we have to practice till these sounds are reproduced clearly, um, automatically. Okay, this is your job. Of course, I cannot practice instead of you. Yes, or I cannot practice for you. You have to practice. Is it boring? Yes. Does it take time? Yes, it is as well. But is it mandatory to do? Yes, it is mandatory to do. Even more considering you are teachers. Okay, well, later we will practice. I will start erasing this part. And in this part it says, 1 second. Okay, a consonant cluster is based on sound, not letters, okay? Again, a consonant cluster is based on sounds, not letters. In this case, consonants. Sorry, we are talking about sounds, not letters, okay? Remember, in this case, for example, the cluster is in this part. The cluster is in this part, extra, okay? As you can see, in this part, we have in this part, we have a cluster of 1, 2, 3, 4 consonants together. That is the difference between Spanish and in English. In Spanish, we don't have clusters of 4 or 3, yes? In English, we have many, yes? Sometimes we have in 4 in Spanish, but it's not so usual, okay? In this part, for example, we have a cluster, or we have 2 clusters of 2 groups, yes? Two sounds. Remember, we are talking about sounds. In other words, we are talking about this group, okay? Not the group at the middle. So let's continue. I'm very tired today. Well, okay, it says clusters can appear in different positions. The same, yes? Initial, medial, and final. 1 second. Okay, initial. For example, we have, in this case, spring. We have a cluster of 3 consonants, yes, spring. In this case you have, yes, spring. The other initial, it's clean. What is our cluster? This part, consonant cluster. Yes. The other one is medial, extra. What is our cluster? This is a cluster of 1, 2, 3, 4 consonants, okay? The other one is helped. Okay, this part is very difficult for the students, yes? Sometimes students prefer to pronounce this as helped. Why? It's not because they don't know, because when they say helped, they feel very uncomfortable, yes? And why do they feel uncomfortable? Because this type of cluster is very uncommon in the Spanish language, yes? For them, for the students, this combination or this mixture is unnatural. Okay? That's why they negate to pronounce the simple past regular verbs correctly. Well, and in the other one, we have also final clusters. We have asks of 3 consonants, asks, yes? Well, in this part it says, English allows much more complex consonant clusters than many other languages, yes? We were comparing these clusters with the Spanish language, yes? We don't have them. Well, and in the rest part, we have reiteration, yes, reiteration. A consonant cluster is based on sounds, not in letters. Reiteration 2, okay? Okay, we are repeating the same message, yes? Now let's continue with the next. Okay, we count speech sounds, not written letters. Remember, we count sounds, not letters, okay? This is reiteration number 3. We are repeating the same message. We are talking about sounds, not letters, sounds. For example, in this case, we don't have a cluster. This is not a cluster. Why? Because the TH sound is pronounced as yes. The same in this part. We don't have cluster because the SH consonants are pronounced as sh in this part. The same happens here. We don't have a cluster in this word, okay? Because the letter C and H is pronounced as ch, okay? And you can say, this is not a cluster, this is not a cluster, this is not a cluster. Yes, it is. Okay, why? Because we have streets. Yes, okay, we have a cluster of 3 consonants. Right? Some letter combinations represent only one consonant sound. Well, it's saying some letters combination represent only one consonant sound. For example, this combination of letter TH letters that represent just one sound. Okay, well. Well, do you have any questions? Any questions? No questions? Okay, so you don't have to confuse, okay? Also, an additional word that we have to consider in this group, it is the letters P and H, which is pronounced as just this sound, yes? Okay, well, now we can continue, I think. Okay, before continuing, do you have any questions? Any questions? Something to say? One comment? Complaints? Okay, no questions, yes? No questions. Okay. Yes, David?
Get it. So in this case, TH is just one sound, so it's considered as a not cluster, right?
Yes, it is not a cluster because it's just one sound. Nothing else. Okay?
And
Thank you.
Yes.
for example, what were the words as that ends with ing? And for example, playing. It would be, I don't know, it wouldn't be, but there are some words that, for example, I don't remember that you don't pronunciate the last word because it ends with T or D, and you don't pronunciate them, but they together can become can be a cluster. So in those cases, the pronunciation changes when it is called a cluster.
Pronounce. Okay, when we pronounce. Yes, I'm not sure if I get it. For example, the past time of buy, yes. The past time of buy is B-O-U-G-H-T, but the pronunciation is bought, yes. So, or consequently, we
Yes.
don't have clusters. Okay.
So cluster is only when you pronunciate all of the consonants together. If you don't, it's not cluster, right?
Yes, yes, Alison, that's right. Okay, very good. Okay. Any other question? No more questions? Okay, for example, how do you say bomba in English, guys? Bomba.
Bump?
No, bump, no. Letter B is omitted. Yeah? Um, Okay, the spelling is this one, yes. But at the moment of pronouncing the word, we have to omit letter B. Okay, so consequently, what is the pronunciation?
BAM.
Okay, very good. The pronunciation is bomb. Okay, bomb or bam also. Bomb or bam. Yes. So the pronunciation will be like this. So, what do you say? Do we have clusters? Yes or no?
No, teacher.
No.
No, we
No.
don't. We don't have clusters because we are talking about sounds. Okay. Well, and this was the reiteration, yes? Number 3. We are talking about sounds. Okay. Any other questions? No more questions? Okay. You have to tell me, okay, yes. When you have questions, yes, or maybe you can just raise your hand. Or if you don't have questions, you have to say no, okay? Well, let's continue. Well, the next part. It says beginning consonant clusters, okay? So we are talking about consonant clusters that are at the beginning of the word, okay? Okay, at the beginning. At the beginning, we have two groups. We have two consonant clusters, and the other one is three consonant clusters, okay? Can you help me reading, please? I will ask you to, I request your help, please. Where are you, teacher? Okay, Maribel, please, can you help me reading all this slide? Okay, please.
Okay. Beginning consonant clusters. A beginning initial consonant cluster is a group of 2 or 3 consonant sounds pronounced together at the beginning of a word. Types: 2 consonant clusters, blue, clean, friend. 3 consonant clusters, street, spring, school.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, okay, so in this case, we have a group 3 consonant clusters or 2 consonant clusters, yes? Well, sometimes for people it's very difficult, okay? Because especially when, I don't know with the nationality of this group, Japanese people, okay? For Japanese, this part is very difficult. Okay. For example, they say bulu, bulu, bulu. Okay. Okay, that's why they say they are accustomed to end one word in one vowel. Okay, it is something that is how can we say something that is in their inner sides. Okay, they cannot omit that. Okay, bulu. The same happens with clean. Yes. So I have one explanation for that. So we will read later. Okay. Can you think about other group, other 2 consonant clusters or 3 consonant clusters? For example, 2 consonant clusters, we have blue, clean, friend. What else? No.
Could be the word word, because in the ending we have the combination around RLD.
Yes, but we are talking about beginning consonant clusters.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Teacher, can be plants?
Yes, very good. Teacher, do you remember when we were the disaster? This one.
Oh, yes, I remember.
No. Okay, well, so in this case, for example, this cluster is very difficult for some people. Yes. What is the pronunciation of this one? Okay, sorry, I remember this event, so it's very traumatic, guys. Okay. Well, what are the consequences of being teachers? Well, for example, the pronunciation. I don't know why I cannot write. No, I can't. What is happening? Well. For example, the pronunciation of this one is Shrek. Yes. For some people, this word is very difficult. Yes. You will notice that some people say Sherk, for example. Sherk. What is happening? They are changing the position of the, okay, they are omitting our clusters. Yes. This is very difficult. For example, to say Shrek, for some people is very difficult because they say Sherk, or even they say Shwek. They say Shwek. Shwek. Okay. That's why practicing phonology is important. Okay. How can we practice? We will talk about this in the next slide. Okay. How do you say Shrek, guys? Do you say Shwek? Shrek. Okay. Shwek. Okay. This year we will watch Shrek number 4. I don't know. Well, it says beginning consonant clusters, difficult consonant clusters. Okay. Sometimes a consonant cluster feels difficult to pronounce. Okay, I will ask for your help, okay? Well, Octavio, can you help me reading, please? All these slides, please.
Okay, teacher. Pronounce the first consonant, pause, pronounce the second consonant, repeat several times, gradually reduce the pause, finally pronounce both sounds smoothly. Accuracy comes before speed.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, it says difficult consonant cluster. Don't try to say it as fast immediately. Okay, so when you are starting to, when you identify that something is difficult for you, you have to face that difficulty. You don't have to omit. Okay, some people like to omit these difficulties and they don't improve. Okay, so you have to face them. You have to face your problems. Well, it says don't try to say it fast immediately. Instead, build your pronunciation step by step. Okay, step by step. First, what do you have to do? Pronounce the first consonant. For example, what do we have to do in the word of Shrek? We have to pronounce this. Shh. Okay. After that, we have to pause. Okay, we have a stop. Okay, shh. Stop. Pronounce the second consonant. Yes. Then stop. Okay. So why is it necessary? Because you are creating muscle memory. Okay. So shh, stop. Yes. Repeat several times. Shh, shh, Gradually reduce the pause. Finally, pronounce both sounds smoothly. Shrek. Okay. Oh, finally, you say Shrek once and for all. Okay. Finally, pronounce both sounds smoothly. Accuracy comes before speed. Okay. So you have to teach the same to the students. You have to teach them how to pronounce gradually. Okay. Remember that. It takes time. Yes. And even sometimes you have to monitor the pronunciation of the students. Imagine that you have a course that is that consists of 20 students. How long will it take to monitor all the students? For just one activity, it would take 15 minutes and correcting them. Okay. That's why when once I heard that one teacher can teach 100 students. Do you consider it's possible?
No.
It's not. Why? Why it's not? Because being teachers, you don't have to confuse the meanings of being teachers and lecturers. If you're lecturers, you speak, the others listen. You don't control anything, you don't monitor anything. He's not a teacher. He's I forgot the word. But he's not a teacher, okay? He's a lecturer. He's just speaking in front of classes, okay? But we are teachers. As teachers, what do we have to do? We have to teach them, we have to make them reproduce the sound, and we have to correct them. We have to monitor them. So it takes a lot of time. Having 100 students in a class or teaching 100 students in a class is impossible. Okay? But in the past I listened, but the teachers can teach 100 students in a class. That's not a teacher, yes. Okay. And we have to remember the students are paying, and we have to respect that. Yes, they are paying for good quality of good quality classes, for example. That's why they ask. That's why it's important for them to have personal classes. Okay. And an ideal number of classes. What is the ideal number of classes for you guys? You don't have ideal number of classes? Ideal number of students in a class, I mean?
I think that the idea will be 5 students, 6 students, because you can divide yourself perfectly between those little ones, and you can help them a lot. But if it increases more and more, you cannot control that all them are learning. And how much times for a week, it depends on them. I think you can study every day English, but you have to have race, and you have to have a good teacher in order to make you focus and to have interest in the language. If not, no, all the days will be a problem to the students.
Yes, okay. So the ideal number would be, as Alison says, 5, 10 students, 12 students, maybe to have 3 groups of 4 students, to monitor them, to teach them, to keep them very active. Okay, but if you have, for example, 21, 25 students in a class, for sure you will have one person that is not working, and it's difficult to be besides them, for example. Okay, well, this is what we were talking about, difficult consonant clusters. For example, this sound, Okay, how do we have to practice, and how do we have to make the students practice? Step by step. Yes, instead of saying the word immediately, what do you have to say? Remember, separately. Yes, you make a pause, you continue with the other one. Then you gradually shorten the distance between these consonants. Yes, these consonants, I mean. The other one, and finally, okay? Then pronounce the whole word. For example, sphere, yes? Gradually, okay? Remember that we have to we have to make them practice, okay? Because there is always one student that, or a couple of students that are not able to pronounce these consonants very well. Remember, as teachers, we don't have to focus on the good students, that can pronounce any word at the first intent. We, as teachers, we have to focus on the students who are not able to pronounce these sounds. We have to focus on that, and we have to set our class. Our class has to fit the level of every student, okay? So that's why teaching is difficult. Some people say, teaching is easy. No, okay. Why? Because it takes time, patience, plans, because you have to have a previous plan, yes? Well, let's continue. I am talking about, what is this one? Methodology, yes. My subjects are a grammar, my favorite one. And the other one is methodology. Yes, okay. Well, let's continue with the other one. For example, we have B, yes, the same. B, sorry, B. L. The other one is B, B, okay? And finally, you say blue, okay? It may happen that if you teach, for example, one person who is from Japan, okay, and this person will say bulu, 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 okay, so you have to make this person practice this way, okay, blue, okay, no bulu. Of course, for you it's easy because this part has similarities with the Spanish, yes? Okay. Our clusters. I will stop in this part. Okay, I will show you the book. Did I open the book? No, I didn't. No, yes. Okay. So let's go back to the book. I will show you. No. Okay. Consonant clusters, okay? And for example, we have beginning consonant clusters, okay, in this part. Okay, you can see the PDF document, yes? Can you confirm? Yes, okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you so much. In this part, we are repeating the same, okay, as the PowerPoint presentation. We have beginning consonants. And for example, we have here blow, okay? We will practice in a moment, okay? We have break, we have more examples, okay? And we will start with beginning, okay? Imitate all the beginning 2 sound and 3 clusters, okay? 3 sound clusters, they are in the same order as above, followed by the example word given, okay? We will repeat, remember, phonology, one of the key parts of phonology is repeating, okay? It's essential. Is it boring? Yes, it is. But if you want to create, well, memory muscle, you have to repeat every word. Okay, so remember, for repeating any word, it is not necessary that you activate your microphones, because we will listen to just sounds, rare sounds. Okay, indistinguished sounds. Well, what do you have to do? Just repeat at home without activating your microphone. Okay, so 1 second, where is it? And how is your vacation, teachers? Are you having fun? No?
Do the teachers have vacations?
Yes. We are on vacation.
Yes, teacher. But
Are-
tomorrow I have classes.
Yeah, tomorrow. Why do you have classes for
Yes.
children?
Yes.
Oh,
So we have
oh.
the final test.
Oh, I don't like those type of tests, those types of tests, because you have to check. I don't know how many students you have. For example, if you have a test of 50 questions, and you have to multiply those 50 questions by, I don't know, 10 students. You have to read, for example, 500 sentences. Okay? And sometimes you have to understand what they are trying to write. It is very difficult. My respect, teachers. Well, it is difficult, yes.
This teacher is difficult.
It takes time, extra time. 6.1. Please be patient with me, because I don't know very well this book. Remember that the teacher had an emergency, and I came here. I am here. So I am trying to look it up. What number was it? 6.1. 6.1. Okay. Well, I think that this is this one. Okay, the first word is blow. Let me see. Okay. Can you confirm, teachers, please, if you can listen or not? Can you listen? Yes, no,
No, teacher.
no.
In my case, no.
No, teacher.
No, teacher, no.
Okay, I don't know how I can do it. Okay, I will stop sharing for a moment. Maybe I can do this. Can you listen now?
No, teacher, I don't listen nothing.
No.
Okay. What can we do? Give me one moment, please. It will take just 1 minute. I will open it again, okay?
Hi, why is everyone? Teacher, is my internet or?
No, we are waiting
we
for
are
the
waiting for the
teacher
teacher
because he
because
said
he
that he
said
will
that he
solve
will
some
solve
problems with the
some
audio.
problems with the audio.
Mm, okay.
Blow. Break. Dwell. Drip. Cool.
Teacher, we can listen.
Okay, thank you so much. Finally. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to repeat, okay? So in this case, it says blue. First, you will repeat the clusters. For example, in this case, it says blue, and then the whole word, okay? So it says blow, okay? Blue, blow, okay? Now let's listen from the beginning.
Blow. Break. Dwell. Drip. Cool. Clean. Crib. Quick. Flow. Friend. Glass. Great. Please. Price. Sphere. ski, slip, smell, snow, speak, stem, swift, shred, tree, twin, three, stir.
Okay, so those were the clusters. Okay, so the last word was square. Yes. Let's continue reading. Let's go to this part because it says if any of the clusters are difficult to you, you have to break them down into two separate sounds and practice them with a pause. For example, this is the same example that I was telling you. Yes, you have to make pauses. Yes. After that, you have to say, you have to stop, you have to continue. Then gradually you have to reduce the distance between those consonant sounds. And then you say the word, okay? Sphere, for example. Yes, this is the same example that we were practicing some minutes ago. Let's continue with the other one. It says R clusters, okay? Well, remember that letter R is very different from the letter R of Spanish, talking about the pronunciation. Yes. In Spanish, for example, we say r. Yes. In English, we have to twist a little bit our tongue, and we have to round our lips. The pronunciation is r. Yes. So that's why it's very difficult to, sometimes for some people, it's very difficult to pronounce this sound because this is a new sound that we don't have in Spanish. Yes. So we have a text in this part. I will ask you for your help to read this part. Who can read this part? Give me 1 second. Who didn't? Paola, can you help me reading, please? The 2 paragraphs, please.
Okay, teacher. R is one of the hardest consonants for non-native speakers, so it follows that R clusters can be challenging. When you begin working with the R clusters, hold out the R on the word as you practice. That will give you time to adjust if necessary and feel the right position. Practice holding it out while you slowly count to 3 in your head. Bryce. Remember, if you can do it right slowly, you won't be able to do it right quickly. Slow it down until it's right. Give yourself time to perfect the tongue movement and lip rounding. Another cluster that gives especially my Chinese students difficulty is the TR cluster. The teeth are together and the tongue tip starts for the T. Then it pulls back for the R as the teeth part. If the tongue doesn't move, it doesn't sound right.
Okay, thank you so much. The same. You have to practice gradually. Yes. For example, in the first, you have to say P. Then you make a pause and you say R. Yes. Of course, you know, but this is the manner that you have to teach your students. Later, you reduce the distance between these two consonants, and you say, yes. Finally, you say, you pronounce the same way that the teacher was pronouncing, prize, yes, exaggerating a little bit, okay? Remember that sometimes the teachers have to exaggerate, yes? Remember that the transition must be very slow for people who have some difficulties at the moment of pronouncing these sounds, okay? Let's continue with this part. I have some examples, and in this opportunity, we will see some videos. Let's, these are videos of 1 or 2 minutes, okay? They are explaining the sound of R. Let's watch them. Today is Friday, teachers. And you're studying. Okay. Let's see. Let's test the sound. Second place.
We're going to have some fun holding out the R sound.
Can you listen?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
As with any new concept or sound, it's a great idea to slow something down when you're first working with it. Slow it down and drill it over and over. If you can speed up, great, but never sacrifice correctness for more speed. Today we're going to apply this slow down method to the R consonant, specifically in consonant clusters. I've noticed with some of my students that even when they've gotten a good R sound, sometimes in clusters it tends to turn more into a W sound. Or sometimes it turns into more of a D sound, a flap. Now when you do this, you can't hold it out. So holding out the R is a good way to test that you're doing it correctly. So say these words along with me, really holding out the R sound. If it feels awkward, that's a good sign that you really need this exercise, that the R sound is not yet second nature to you. Grin. Grin. Green. Green. Grain. Grain. Bring. Bring. Bran. Bran. Break. Break. Street. Street. Straight. Straight. Creep. Creep. Pretty. Pretty. Drop. Drop. Drill. Drill. If that was hard or uncomfortable, do it again, and do it on your own many times. That is what it takes to drill a sound that is new. I hope this helps. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.
Okay. So we will continue with the other video. One more video of 2 minutes, okay? Please, 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 guys. 1 second. Just a sec, just a sec, just a sec. Okay. Pam, pam, pam. Okay, let's watch it.
Today I'm going to talk about the SHR consonant blend. Let's take, for example, the word shrimp and begin by looking at the lip position. Shrimp. Shrimp. You'll note that the lips are flared sh in the SH position. Shrimp. The lips then come into a tighter circle for the R. Sure, sure. This R will have the shape of a beginning R sound. If you've seen my video on understanding the R consonant, then you know that an R at the beginning of a syllable or word has a tighter position than the more relaxed version that happens for an R at the end of a word or a syllable. So in this blend, it's the more tight initial R position. Sure, sure, shrimp. Here we have the SH and the R sounds compared from the side. Again, you can see the flare in the SH position. In the R, the lips form a tighter circle. So the lips go from being flared for the SH, sh, to being in a tighter circle for the R. The teeth and jaw, they don't really move. The other main part of this consonant blend is the tongue and how the tongue moves. Now the tongue will be more forward for the SH sound, sh, sh, sh. The tip being just behind the closed or almost closed teeth, sh. The R, however, has a pull back, sure, sure. And if you don't have the tongue pulled back for that position, it won't make the proper R sound. So if you have problem with the R sound, watch the Understanding the R Sound video. Work on that sound individually before trying to do it with the SH sound. And now a few words in slow motion to help you study the SH mouth position. The first word, mushroom. There's the SH and the R, the vowel and the M. The next word, shrimp. Watch the lips flare out for the SH and then come in tighter for the R before opening into the vowel. Now the word shroud, again the SH flared, coming in for a very tight circle on the R before opening into the vowel sound. And finally, shriek, flared lips for the SH, tight circle for the R, opening into the E as in she vowel sound. Now a list of words on which to practice. I'll say it, repeat after me. Shroud, shrine, shrink, shredder, shriek, mushroom, dish rag, shrew, washroom, shrivel, shrub. I hope you now better understand how to pronounce this blend. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.
Okay, and we will see one more cluster, please, guys. I'm so sorry for the time. It will be just the last video. Please.
If you first started studying English in China, there's a good chance that you learned that the TR consonant cluster should be pronounced ch. Well, that's not quite right. In this American English pronunciation video, we're going to make an important adjustment to that concept. I made a video a while back explaining that the T in the TR consonant cluster can sound like a CH. You'll hear native speakers do this all the time. Try, true. But I've noticed with my Chinese students that they will pronounce this cluster with just the CH and no R sound at all. But the R needs to be just as strong as the CH in this consonant cluster. Let's take, for example, the word try. Now if I replace that T with the CH, try, try, I get an acceptable pronunciation. But if I replace it with the CH and drop the R, chai, chai, then I get a different word. Now I love a chai tea latte as the next person, but when we're trying to use the word try, the word chai is no good. When I say the word chai, my tongue tip is in the front of my mouth the whole time. It's here for the CH, cha, down here for the first half of the diphthong, chai, and then the tip is still here, but the front part reaches forward towards the roof of the mouth for the second half of the diphthong. Chai, 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 chai. So we're not getting the R. The R involves a pullback of the tongue. So in order to get an R sound, chur, 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 it has to come back from that initial forward position for the CH. Chur, chur, try. It will then come back forward for the diphthong sound. Try. Try. Another way to make sure that you're making an R sound is to watch your lip position. So the lips will need to come into an even tighter circle to make the R in this cluster. Let's take a look in up close and slow motion.
First, try with the R. See how much the lips come in to make that R sound. Now, chai without the R. After the CH sound, the lips do not round. So in the top, you have the R position after the CH, and below you have just the position for the CH. The top position is correct to get the R sound in the TR cluster. Now we'll watch from the side to try to see the tongue position. In the word chai, the tongue is just coming down from being up for the CH position, no pullback of the tongue. In the word try, it's harder to see that the tongue has pulled back because the lips come into a more tightly rounded position, but you can see that the tongue here at the end is coming forward for the diphthong from being back for the R.
As you practice the TR cluster, slow it down and hold out the R. Try. Make sure that you're feeling and seeing the correct tongue position. Do this over and over, drill it repetitively. Eventually speed it up so that you're putting the R sound in at a normal conversational pace. This is how you will turn it into habit. Other words: train, trade, truth, trouble, trust. I hope this video has helped. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.
Okay, well, so we will stop at this part. There are many things that I wanted to talk to you about. 1 second, please, 1 second. Okay, well, I will start sharing my camera. Okay. Well, there are many things that I wanted to talk about. For example, we have some interesting clusters, but I didn't have time to talk about them. Okay, so you will talk about them with teacher Carlos. We are going to have, I hope to see you in other opportunity. I don't know if we will see each other in other class like grammar or methodology. I'm not sure. When do you finish this class, guys? How many weeks have been having classes with teacher Carlos?
If I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not really sure.
Okay, well, but well, instead, I will see you at the institute too. Okay. Well, thanks. 2 or 3 weeks, Alison. Well, okay. Well, I think that you will take your tests very soon. Well. Okay, guys, okay, class, it was a pleasure to have you here in classes. Thanks for paying attention, for participating, for your patience, because at some point of the class I had some problems, some trouble, yes, sharing the videos. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you here. See you in another opportunity. Bye-bye. You can leave.
See you.